Welcome to my channel Living Librarian. I'm your host Dave. I'll be sharing knowledge about consciousness, spirituality, and life. Stay tuned.
You and Your Multiple Self by Camillo Loken. Podcast. Past 15 years, I have been fascinated with the spiritual world. I am in awe of this incredible creation which I believe contains much more than our 3D world. In this post I share with you my take on consciousness and how it experiences itself in many different parts of this creation. This is my truth and not a universal truth. I simply share my beliefs. Maybe it will resonate with you or maybe it won't. We live in a three-dimensional world with what we perceive as linear time, past, present, future. We can move around in space with width, height, and length, but we cannot move around in time. We can only ever experience the present moment, the now. It is not possible to travel into the past or into the future from our 3D viewpoint here on Earth. Time seems linear, one-dimensional. We are tied by time. Time. But your experience here, in this linear format, is just one of many. Your consciousness perceives and lives in this 3D world, but at the same time your consciousness is also experiencing other lives in other time zones and space zones. Consciousness cannot be contained to only our 3D world. You are a multiple-dimensional being and your consciousness is present in more than just one place. Let me explain this by comparing consciousness to air. Air is everywhere, it is not just in your place, it is also present everywhere else on this planet. Now, let us look at the air in a house with many rooms. The air floats through the different rooms, it is everywhere in the house. It is not just contained in one specific room. Let us now pretend that one of these rooms represents your 3D body, the 3D room. You are aware of this room, your body and the 3D world, but at the same time, the air, consciousness, is also filling all the other rooms. So the whole house is symbolic of your soul. It has all these rooms to play with, to be in, to explore. It is not just contained in the 3D room, your 3D body. That is why you don't have a soul. You are a soul and your soul experiences many bodies, many lives, many worlds, and many dimensions at the same time, just like the air can float around in all the rooms in a house at the same time. The soul is way too vast to be contained in a body. It is the body that is inside the soul. Like the 3D room being in the house. So how do you connect with your other selves, with the other rooms, with the other parts of your consciousness? Let us pretend that in each room there is an intercom installed which is symbolic of your intuition, your sixth sense. So if you are in the 3D room you can connect and communicate with all the other rooms if you access and use the intercom installed. However, many people believe they only possess 5 senses so they don't see the intercom in their 3D room at all. They never touch base with their intuition. So they are cut off from all the other rooms, other selves. And then you have some people who believe in the sixth sense, but they have never practiced it or operated it. So they can see the intercom in the room, but they don't use it. They don't know how. It is just sitting there. And then you also have people who have practiced and trained their intuition, the intercom. They can in fact communicate with their other selves. They can access the other rooms, the other part of their consciousness. So they realize they are multidimensional. As such they can pick up and receive messages and information from their other selves which can be of use to them in this lifetime, meaning, in this 3D world. Sometimes I like to explain the same time concept as a wheel. In the center of the wheel, you have the hub which is symbolic of the soul. And then you have spokes go out to the rim to the tire itself. So each spoke leads to a point on the rim or tire that represent a time zone. Since the wheel is huge it will seem like time is linear, that you are moving along in a linear fashion, but you are really moving along the rim or tire of a huge wheel so you are moving in a circular fashion. Time is not linear. From the hub, that is center, all the points on the rim or tire appear at the same time. There is no before or past, or after or future, from the soul's point of view. That is from the center of the wheel, meaning from the hub. Eventually, you will reach the end of the wheel, end of what you perceive as linear time. What then? As I see it, a new Big Bang will occur. By Camillo Loken.